So part of the reason I want to have these conversations is to inspire artists like myself that it's actually possible to make a career in the music industry, or in the arts industry, right? Because, when I started off, people told me forever, like, oh, you'll be one, or they didn't say that. They said it's 1 in a million kind of thing. What makes you different kind of thing, like, why do you think you're going to make it? It's hard to make it. All these things. And it's like, okay, look, but I put in years of work,
Hmm.
I put in hundreds of thousands of hours, like hours and hours and hours, and now it's
Preach.
starting to pay off. It's like, well, like if it's working, you know what I mean? It's possible, and I want to share that with people. Say like, hey, look, I'm not some anomaly. Like I put in the work, and if you put in the work,
Hmm.
it can happen, kind of thing.
Absolutely.
So that's
What?
what I love
You,
sharing your stories. That like, but my story is different than your story, so it's interesting
okay.
to hear because it opens
Yeah.
people's eyes up a little bit more, being like, oh, okay, I don't have to follow this one route to become a musician in the industry, or an artist in the industry, or a dancer in the industry. I just need to do my route. You know what I mean?
Right.
That
Yeah.
is so cool,
So
man.
so I know like I'm getting questions asked, but now I'm like super curious about like more of your journey.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So I dropped out of college in 2014 to be a musician full time. I went to 1 year of music school.
Oh wow.
From that, so like I wanted to be a musician in high school, but like I was like I wanted to be in a band, and I was like, well, I didn't have a band, so everybody around was like, okay, well, like that's great, but you don't have a band, so why don't you at least try college and stuff? So it's like, okay, I went to college, did a year of music school where I studied in Queens, where I wanted to be in Queens, New York. I wanted to be a film score movies for film. So I
Nice.
was super
Wow.
interested in that. Super interested in like Hans Zimmer. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
Ah, what?
Yeah. So
Amazing.
huge fan of him and all that stuff. And then I started writing songs. I had been writing songs prior, but like I wrote and released my first song in like March of my first year of college. And after I released that first song, I was like, no way, I want to do this full, like this is it. I need to do this kind of thing. And then
Yeah.
I wanted to promote that song, so I was like, okay, I need to do I go to this class, or do I write this essay, or do I write this song? Well, my parents were paying for college, so I wanted to respect them, so I finished it. But I was like, I'm not going to waste their money, kind of thing. So next semester I dropped out,
Right.
and then from there, just one day at a time. I mean, that was in 2014, so 7 years ago. One day at a time, slowly do it, playing gigs for literally nobody, getting kicked out of gigs. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I swear to you, there's one gig I played at a restaurant. I played this, and I got paid, so I was like, hey, whatever, it's fine. But like, the humblingness of literally going to a gig, showing up, and there is not a single person except the bartender went to the back room because there was nobody there. I was just playing
Yo,
by
that's
myself.
that's so rude, bro.
It,
That's so
so
rude.
it's like, or like, I played another gig once where it was a different genre that like it was my stuff is a little bit more chill when I play acoustic live. So like they wanted like more
Nice.
Saturday night kind of vibe and stuff. So
Got it.
they just were like, hey, here's $100, but like, can you like pack up and get out of here, kind of thing. So it's like,
Whoa.
so
But
but
just
you
got paid
exactly right.
Friday night.
So you just keep, but the thing is, you just keep showing up
Right.
day after day after day after day, and then things finally pop off, kind of thing.
And I feel like for any artist, like for us to like place ourselves in those positions
Yeah.
where you're experiencing the rejection
Yeah.
in such varying ways. Because I've never experienced something like that. That makes like your process like so unique. And like, but we all go through the process of like I call it like the unraveling of the finding of ourselves.
Sure.
Because every experience is going to be like valuable, right? But like what it actually means for us in the moment is sometimes full out rejection, like getting $100 and getting sent to the side, or having somebody be like, "Hey, why you're auditioning on Broadway?" And you'd be like, "Hi, wait, are you gonna get the chicken Chipotle from Panera?"
Oh,
Like
yeah.
in
Sure.
front of you, and you're lit, or sometimes you're not, but it doesn't matter. Like each of those people get to experience
Yeah.
the value of like the process, because I think as artists as well, like perseverance is the name of the game.
100%. Couldn't agree
And
any more than that. 100%. It is,
yeah,
perseverance is the
so
biggest thing, and that's what I think defines people that don't make it, in the sense of they don't have the ability, like they give up, or they don't
yeah,
have the resources to persevere. Because sometimes people, like, you have a kid when you don't expect to have a kid, so you can't persevere anymore in that aspect. You know what I mean? Or
yeah.
I think those two aspects, either they give up too early, or like life gets in the way and they don't pursue it.
I'm picking up a vibe from you that you're like a mindset guy. So
100%. Yeah.
like yeah, so inside of that, like also remember like you are what you think.
Absolutely.
So you become what you think. So it's so like inside, like what we see that's happening with people that like maybe like don't make it or like struggle to like make it, is that like somewhere along the path, whether it's like discouragement from rejection, whether it's lack of resource like you were mentioning, or whether it's like let's keep it real, like shout out to everybody out there because everybody's unique, but like lack of ability or like
Sure.
something like everything is so subjective, but like inside of that, like you choose to believe
Yeah.
that you can become. So inside of that, like
That
something
is
happens
amazing.
where people forget, like they forget that like they can become anything that they want,
Yeah.
and whatever they actually do decide to believe in, they actually will. So
And even on top of that, even you talked about talent. Like I was definitely like not the most talented person in the room. I just put in stupid work. You know what I mean? And I think that it's
yeah,
continued. It's that continued process of just believing that something is possible and having the faith for that something to come through. But that is so true.
absolutely.
And I heard a quote that to relay on what you just said, that you are today who you thought and what you thought yesterday. So
Right.
it's a summation.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah. Oh, that's nice. Like
So
that.
so it's good stuff, man. So that is such a fascinating concept, and I love that.